Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog.stampwithelaine.com. This is the card we'll be making from the Botanical Prints Medley. It's a gatefold card with a belly band. Finally breaking out the Botanical Prints product medley, which you'll find on page 61 of the January to June 2020 mini catalogue. It comes boxed like this. Medley doesn't have predetermined designs or instructions you can follow, so that you can do whatever you want or wherever your creativity takes you. It comes with a stamp set and some dies, and it has 48 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper, 8 of each of 6 double-sided designs in basic black, copper, crushed curry, old olive, pretty peacock and terracotta tile. And that's what it looks like on the back. You have 4 sheets of laser cut overlays, 2 each of 2 designs, 4 sheets of die cut accents, 2 of each, and also these adorable metal bee embellishments. There's 12 altogether. 10 yards of old olive twill ribbon, or 9.1 meters. The great thing about these papers are that you can actually colour them on the back. So there are 3 ways of doing it. You can either sponge, or you can use your stamping blends. I've used petal pink on the buds and old olive combo on the leaves, and they're really easy to do. You just follow the shading of the images that are printed there, and just work on small areas at a time, because the ink only moves while it's still wet. Or you can use watercolour. I've used Granny Apple Green. This is the collection 2, or assortment 2, and you don't have to be meticulous. I just normally use the flat of my pencil, like so, and then use the aqua painter. You don't want the aqua painter too wet, and then you just go over the areas that you've coloured. I've forgotten which ones I've done now. Or you can wet it a little bit and then use the pencil to go over it, so it works both ways. If you do the stamping blends one, it will bleed through. To make this card, you obviously need the botanical prints and the dies, tuxedo black memento ink. The dies, you need these 2 corner dies. To cut my card base, I used a 12 by 12 inch sheet, and I cut it at 5 7/8 by 12 inches. So that's 14.85 centimeters by 30.5 centimeters. With the long side at the top, you score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches and 10 inches. In metric, that's 5, 10.2, 20.3 and 25.4 centimeters. For the matte layers on the panels, you need 4 pieces in basic black, and this is cut at 1 3/4 inches by 5 5/8 inches. In metric, that's 4.4 centimeters by 14.3 centimeters. The centerpiece is cut at 3 3/4 inches by 5 5/8 inches, so that's 4.4 by 14.3 centimeters. For the DSP, you need 2 patterns. One with the floral images goes on the end panels, and that has been cut at 1 1/2 by 5 3/8 inches. That's 3.8 by 13.7. Then you have 2 stripe pieces cut at the same measurement, also at 1 1/2 by 5 3/8, so that's 3.8 by 13.7. This Whisper White centre panel has been cut at 3 1/2 by 5 3/8, that's 8.9 centimeters by 13.7. For the belly band, this is just 1 1/2 inches across by an A4 length, so that's 3.8 centimeters by an A4 length, and you also need a 2 by 2 inch square and basic black for this center panel. You also need a piece of crush carry scrap large enough to die cut this detail using the corner die, like so. Now this has been retired, these adhesive sheets, but if you happen to have some, it's really useful for intricate dies. So I've put this on the back of some crush carry cardstock. I've already pre-die cut these, like so. I'll have all the measurements on my blog. You can hop over there to take down notes. We'll start off by gluing all the black pieces on the panels first. I don't know what happened there, but this one seemed to have been cut at the wrong measurement. Next we want to glue the floral patterns on the 2 ends. Oh gosh, this has been cut wrong as well. Oh no, do you know what's happened? I cut this from an A4 sheet and it was just too short. This isn't the 12 by 12 one. So I'll be back. Okay, now we're where we should be, and this is the 12 by 12 sheet, which is the correct one. And so gluing the 2 end panels with the floral designer series paper. And this stripe one on the inside panels. Now I didn't like this pattern very much, so there's always the reverse, so I use the striped one instead. Good. Bring in my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I'm just going to do a bit of stamping in the corner here. And up there. And lastly, I'll stamp the sentiment and just hope it's going to be straight. Oh no, I'm not having a good day, am I? Do you get days like that? Let's try again. Glue this piece on. And now we can tackle the belly band. Now, I've found the best way to do it is really to do it, wrap it round the card. So leave a little bit overhanging there and wrap it round. Like so. Okay. So that it will slide off quite easily. You don't want it too tight. Put some glue on the shorter bit of the belly band. Put it back in the card. Whoops. And put the glued bit down first. And then the longer bit on top. And then that goes round the back. Take your 2-inch square and orient it so that the points, north and south, are in line with your gatefold. Remember to only put glue in the middle, not at the points. And make sure that's equal amount top and bottom. Then you can pop your die cut pieces. So undo one, but don't undo the other, because you need to gauge where that should go. So once you put that one down, then you can determine where the other one should go. Make sure these bits are all poked out as well. So I decided not to put any sentiment or anything on the front because I thought it would just spoil the symmetry. So anyway, that's the card. Show you some other samples to give you an idea of what else you can do. Now this one, I also coloured it. Do you see the contrast? It does take a bit of time, but it's quite therapeutic because they're only small areas that you're colouring. So, you know, it's quite quick. You don't have to stick to the Crush Curry, Pretty Peacock and Terracotta Tile colours. I did this one in Cherry Cobbler. You can see the difference between just plain black and white and the coloured ones. This is done in blends. These are the laser cuts. You can turn it round as well to use the reverse side, which is white, and you can also colour those with a sponge dauber. And of course you can use other stamp sets in conjunction with it. This one I coloured the sheet, which I showed you right at the beginning, and I've just used a strip of it because it took so long to colour. I just cut it into three 2-inch strips. This one is just using the designer series paper to the best effect. So that's the Pretty Peacock one, and I left it in black and white, and that's the Terracotta Tile one. I hope you've enjoyed coming on this journey of discovery with me with the Botanical Prints Medley. I've really enjoyed playing with it, and there are just so many things you can do with it. If you like this tutorial, do give me a thumbs up. You'll find the links to the supplies below this video, and hop over to my blog for the full list of measurements, both in imperial and metric. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back with more inspiration next time. Bye!